All right, what am I reading?
Wait, 1 second.
What's up, guys? Oh yeah,
Alright,
of
read it out
course,
loud.
of
Let's go.
course, of course. What the freak is up, guys? What's up, guys? Massive day for the 7 active Underfighter 2 players. It's gonna be a full series where I, the sexy, the amazing, the glorious Fred Shosas, show you a guide on how to dominate this amazing game. Now, please help me. Redboard is holding me hostage and he's forcing me to make this video, so please subscribe. I'm running low on my supply to help me with my grilled cheese addiction. Thanks. Also, we got Little Man Churro.
Yo.
Today we're
Wow.
gonna get to reset 10. We're gonna try to see if we could be able to beat Rambo Red Kill.
Yep.
So let's get right into it. First thing I'm gonna do, obviously load up the game, but I'm also gonna get. All right, first up, we're gonna enter in this code. Can you even read that? No, you cannot. You actually cannot read it on there.
Yeah, the
It's
words are really
Happy
small.
Birthday with H and B capital, and then Redwart full capital 2020. You just want to enter that in. That will give you Delta Darkener replica and a 100k gems. So then we're just gonna hop in the game. First thing we're gonna do, we're gonna equip our Delta Darkener into one of our extra slots, and we're gonna make sure to save loadout because that can get annoying. This thing is gonna be your best weapon for probably the whole 10 resets. This thing's kind of crazy. It does like a 500 base damage. Actually, where's it on me? 500 base damage and increases by 65 per like speed stat. So this thing will be good and will be good later on. Did you say you started off with determination? Because I have the white monster soul.
I do have. I mean, it's red, so I mean, I can show. I can like whenever I get the pop. It's like you're showing it.
Alright, you can send me
I
a
don't
picture
really
later. I'll just put
know.
it in the video.
Okay.
For some reason, he started with determination. We're gonna do this solo. I guess it doesn't matter too much because we're gonna one-shot everything. I guess we can. Hold on. I'll probably just like. I'll invite him to a party just to make this fight slightly faster, so we're at the same pace. But it doesn't really matter because we one shot everything. Or I don't think we'll one shot everything, but we'll one shot most things. So then you can just follow the tutorial. It's just gonna say to defeat all the enemies in a row. Make sure anytime that your soul overdrive gets to 100% that you use it, because every single time that you're not level 5, come on man. Every single time that you use it, it won't level up your soul, but it will give you XP. The first time you use it should level up your soul. But it should give you XP so it can do more damage. Like my monster soul, or at least I imagine it's monster soul, it does about 1000 at level 1, but the more I level it up, it'll do more damage. Soul Override becomes very good in this game. It'll become one of your favorite things to do, just because it becomes so good, especially with a certain item that we'll get later on. It will really make Soul Overdrive just so much better. And then, once you get to 20, then you fight Kara. This will give you your first weapon, but it doesn't really matter because it won't be nearly as good as your... She can teleport to. It won't be nearly as good as your Delta Darkener, but you can just definitely have it just to, well, have it. It doesn't do anything other than just like 225. It's not that good. Your Delta Darkener is going to be better. It's probably going to be better than almost every single item that you can get, if not every single one. So you can either go through this AU warp hole, like it's saying, or you can just use the inventory or your menus and items. You can just go to teleport and teleport to wherever you want. We're going to be heading to Underfeld Napsubluke, like it says up top. Gotta bring you with me. This guy will give you a slot too, just Underfeld Flowey. This is an okay item. It does heal you for like 50% of your HP, but I don't know how long it takes. I think it's about like 5-ish seconds. And you have to like grab it, which is not ideal in a fight. So I'd not really suggest using it too much. Well, it's your best thing you can use, so you probably won't be using this. Alright, now we're at 50. Now we have like 2 options, but I'm just going to stick on the path of going to Underfell. What the game's suggesting is that you can go to Outer Tail and farm like the Outer Tail bosses, but they give less dust, but they are easier. So if you're having trouble, I'd suggest going to Outer Tail. But if you probably shouldn't be having trouble. Not to shame you if you are, but what I think you should probably be doing is continuing doing the Underfell, because none of the Outer Tail bosses for their level will be giving you more than the Underfell bosses. It's just overall better to do the Underfell bosses. Go to raid.
Yeah. Wait, it's still going. Okay,
It is still
I
going.
insta killed.
So every 15 minutes, there is like a raid that's gonna go on. For the start, it's definitely gonna be very helpful. Mostly just for the gems. Getting the items will be something that. It's mostly just for the gems. Getting items you're not gonna get until you have higher timelines, which we'll get into later. But the thing that you need to worry about most is getting the gems, so you have more HP. Now this, you can easily have someone just like kill it. If there's no one in the server, tough luck, wait for the next time. But once you're done, like once the boss is dead, then you come over here to raid rewards, and you can claim just like a lot of gems. I'm not gonna claim any of this because I mean it doesn't really help me, but it's definitely helpful, especially the gems, like I've said like countless times. And we go back to grinding. I can get one layer of the. Now that we're 80, you have two options. You can either continue through Underfell, or if you're an Outer Tail, there's two separate weapons that we can get. We can get the Royal Nice Stance. We can get the Royal Trident, which is from Underfell Asgore, or you can get the Outer Tail Kara Knife. What the Royal Trident does is it gives you like a 5% damage reduction, like when you're using it. And it does 400. Okay, hold on. Let's just get it tested. So the Trident does 350, but it also gives you 5% damage reduction. And what the Outer Tail Kara Knife does is it does 300, but it has an ability that does 500 when you use it, which has a 10-second cooldown. So overall, I do think that the Outer Tail Kara Knife is slightly better, but if anything's better, it's definitely your Delta Darkener. So honestly, neither of these really matter. And then I believe that we grind this straight to 100.
I'll take it.
All right, then after a second raid, this is what I got. I'll take this bee pie while I'm here. Pretty solid item. Heals
I just like the max HP.
80% every 10 seconds. All right, and now we've got a lot to talk about because now we're on to timelines. So once you get to 100, then you go to timeline. I forgot I have to leave party. You get to go to timeline jump. This is how you effectively reset. They're called timelines on this game. Very cool, I guess. So once you're in here, you have you can jump timelines there. I would suggest waiting on that because I've got a few things to talk about. First thing, this Lost Well. This is like your inventory system. Anytime that you want to change like your first or second weapon, you come in here and you can just click on whatever weapon you want. Let's say I want Toy Knife. I click recover, and now I have Toy Knife in my first slot. Obviously, I don't want Toy Knife, so I'm getting rid of it ASAP. So that's the Lost Well. That's very useful. You'll be using it a lot. The other thing that's in here is you won't be using this yet, but you'll definitely use this later on. And over here is the Kara shop. If you come in here, when you have 50 timelines, there is a whole bunch of things that you use these purple crystals for, which are like timeline points things, and it'll give you like a whole bunch of items. So like the summer event item, the winter event. That's not something to focus on right now. It's just good to know that. While you're in here, you might as well click on this fragment thing right here. This is for later on. It's just better to click it right now. All right, that's all you need to worry about. Something else that I would like to mention is, for some reason, it's not on our bottom left, but I don't know for how long. I think it's infinite. From timeline 0 to 60, every time that you jump timeline, you will get double the timelines. Once you get to 60, it's back to only 1. But for those first 60 timelines, you get double timelines. So like, see, if I jump timeline right now, I also get Time Traveler's Armor, which we're going to equip once I go back to Undertale. You'll see, if you look at this blue number, top right, that's how many timelines I have. I've gone to 2. And now bottom left, it actually shows it. 2x timelines until 60. So I don't know if that's infinite, if that's going to stay forever. I think it is, but no guarantees. Try and abuse it the best you can. And definitely put on this Time Traveler Armor. It has a really good bonus of 30 HP and 10% damage reduction, while also giving you 20% more dust per boss, which your dust is your XP. Just like from like kills, or like boss drops. It's very useful, especially for grinding. So that's all that I need to talk about resets for now, or timelines. I mean, that's all I need to God, I cannot speak. That is all I need to talk about for timeline zone. That's my bad, little man, Churro. That's my bad.
They're called timelines.
That's my bad. I'll never do it
really
again.
makes me mad when you refer to it as a reset.
And now we're just gonna do it all again, and we're gonna keep doing it until we get to timeline 10, because that's when you'll get your next best weapon. Well, probably not at timeline 10. You can probably get it before. But I'll meet back when we're at timeline 10. No, we won't. I'll meet back next time I feel like talking again. All right, back to 100. We're gonna timeline jump again. And after this one, we actually get access to a new area. Access to Underswap. So once we get to 20, then instead of going to Underfill, we can go straight to Underswap, which will give us more XP. Do I even take this ink brush? I'll claim it, but I won't equip it.
Well, I mean, it replaces your Ruro Trident, so I don't know why you wouldn't. To be fair.
It does replace my Ruro Trident, which I'm gonna replace as soon as I can. Anyways, this is what I got for my 4th raid. I'll take this ink brush. Why not? Alright, now that we're level 20, now we can go to Underswap, and this should be our fast track to like 50 or 60. Because Frisk does not give as much as Underfell Muffet. But you know, they're fine.
Until then, no. Let's just run back Underswap probably. Or that one, either one.
Let's do one more. One more, and then we can probably go to Underfell. Alright, first takes too long, so we're just gonna go back to Underfell and dying. Once we get to 48 to 50, of course. Alright, this is the 5th raid, and that's what I got. Just more gems, basically. Back to grinding. Yeah,
I got ink pet.
Well, I got ink pet. Alright, raid 6, I believe. These are myself, and I got ink pet, so definitely be using that. Nice speed boost. Nice jump boost. Oh, now we do more damage.
I always say, wait, what's the DPS?
With that ink pet boost, oh, we actually gotta put it on.
825.
825, sizable increase. Alright, this is gonna bring us to reset 8, and then we're gonna grind all the way back up again.
Yep.
As you can see, we have to beat the 5 Underfighters before we can get to reset 10. So, they're located in the AU Warp Hole.
Oh, yeah, true though.
5 Underfighters are located over here. And honestly, with your Delta Darkener, and if you got Ink Pet, you should be able to destroy this. I would know because I'm the greatest. Defeated. Let's roll down. Alright, Fatalator done. He decided to string me up, so I guess I'm stuck here.
Yeah, you have to.
I'll just reset. They easily could have fixed that. They could have just made it so it deletes the string and then waits a couple seconds and then teleports it back. I don't know why they. Oh, I just got stonewalled. Fire. Alright, now off to another Tails dance. Also dodges it. There we go. Here you can grab the love side. Its main thing is that you can sacrifice HP for more regen. So now I heal 80 instead of what I believe I healed 20 before. Well, that's not important because now we can reset and then fight. I forgot to reset. Now we can fight Rainbow Red Kill. Yay! All right.
Let's go. Coming, Devin.
Let's see how much HP I have. I'm lagging. Holy. Alright, and I beat it.
I almost died.
Ow.
Bro, oh my god, I lagged over 35 times. Bro, my game was I could see nothing. For 5 seconds of 35 intervals, bro.
Yeah, I lagged at the end for like I had a huge lag spike.
That was the bro. When he did his final attack and he was like throwing all the gaster blasters at me, and I got thrown in the air. My game started freezing. I didn't know what was going on.
Right, now we can click this box and get the barrier breaker. Which does a lot of damage. If I'm not lagging and I can show it.
Yay. 3K DPS.
Alright, that's it for this episode.